So there I was, minding my own business, when suddenly my neighbor, let's call him Bob, decides it's a fantastic idea to start practicing his bagpipe skills at 3 in the morning. And thus, dear listeners, our journey into the wonderfully absurd world of quirky neighbors begins. Picture this: a quiet suburban neighborhood. The birds are chirping, the sun is shining, and the sound of lawnmowers is the only thing breaking the silence. But then, out of nowhere, there's Bob, in his flamingo pink bathrobe, practicing his bagpipes like he's auditioning for a Scottish folk band. And that, my friends, is just the tip of the iceberg. Remember the lady who lived across the street, Mrs. Jenkins? She had a fascination with garden gnomes. Not just a few, mind you. We're talking an army of ceramic creatures, each one with a name and a backstory. I mean, who needs a neighborhood watch when you've got Gnomezilla and his band of merry men standing guard, right? Now let's shift gears and talk about the Johnsons. They decided to paint their house neon green. Yes, you heard it right. Neon green. It was like living next to a radioactive cucumber. I swear you could see that thing from space. And then there was the time when Mr. Thompson decided to convert his front yard into a makeshift drive-in theater. Every Saturday night, the whole neighborhood was treated to his collection of 80s B-movies. Nothing says community spirit like watching Attack of the Killer Tomatoes under the stars. So what's the moral of these stories, you ask? Well, neighbors can be weird, eccentric, and downright bonkers. But they can also be the source of some great stories and a lot of laughs. And hey, if you can't beat them, join them. Maybe it's time to dust off that old tuba in the attic and give Bob a run for his money. Let's take a moment to recap some of the highlights of our neighborly shenanigans. There was Bob, the nocturnal bagpipe enthusiast, Mrs. Jenkins and her gnome army, the Johnsons with their glow-in-the-dark house, and Mr. Thompson's outdoor cinema. Truly, a cast of characters worthy of a sitcom. If you enjoyed these tales of neighborhood nuttiness, do consider hitting that subscribe button. Why, you ask? Well, every subscription helps us bring more of these hilarious stories to you. Plus, who knows? Maybe your neighbor will be the star of our next episode. So go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, and join us for more hilarious neighborly tales. Until then, keep your sense of humor handy and your bagpipes at the ready.